Can a Notion system replace Obsidian long-term? If you have ever used Obsidian seriously, this question eventually comes in your mind. Can a Notion system actually replace Obsidian long-term, or is Obsidian something you always come back to? On the surface, both tools look like they do the same thing. You can write notes, store ideas, and manage your tasks in both. But once you live inside them for months or even years, you realize they are built for very different types of thinking. In this video, I am not going to compare features. I am going to answer the real question: can Notion realistically replace Obsidian as your main system over the long run? Especially if you care about thinking, productivity, and not overcomplicating your workflow. Let's talk about what Obsidian is designed for long-term. Obsidian is not just a note-taking app, it is a thinking environment. Everything about it is designed to let ideas grow slowly over time. You can write in your notes, you can write in your daily thoughts and notes are just text files. Links are flexible, and nothing forces you to decide where an idea belongs. You can write something today without knowing why it matters, and months later discover its value through backlinks or connections you didn't plan. Long term, this creates a personal knowledge system that feels organic. You are not managing information, you are developing understanding. That's why writers, researchers, and deep thinkers tend to stick with Obsidian for years. Now, if we talk about what Notion is designed for, then Notion takes a completely different approach. It's built around structure, clarity, and execution. Instead of letting ideas float freely, Notion encourages you to place them into pages. You can manage your tasks, even here with checkboxes. You can even create multiple databases. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Right here, we created a page. You click on databases. It is going to provide you with suggestions created or generated by AI. You can simply just click on any of these templates if you want. Later, you can customize them or add properties. Notion encourages you to place your ideas into pages, databases, and systems early on. Long term, this is incredibly useful if your work revolves around projects, deadlines, and visibility. It is also super reliable if you work with a team or you need to manage a team. Notion shines when you want answers quickly. Instead of exploring connections, you retrieve information directly. You don't ask, what does the idea connect to? You ask, what am I working on, or what's next? That makes Notion feel more like a control center than a thinking place. Now, the heart of this question is the thinking and the execution of these applications. Obsidian is built for thinking and exploration, and if you talk about Notion, it is built for managing and executing. In Obsidian, an idea can stay unfinished forever, and that is okay. In Notion, ideas usually want to turn into tasks, projects, or outcomes. Neither approach is wrong, but long-term, they lead to very different relationships with your notes. One helps you discover meanings, and the other helps you move things forward. One of Obsidian's key features is its backlinks and graph view. You can simply connect notes with each other with backlinks, like right here I connected 2 of my notes, and once I click on the link, it directly takes me to the note that it was connected to. When you open the graph view, you can also see notes connected to each other, like the introduction in the connected note according with it, or 2 of the idea notes right here. This helps you interact and keep your notes organized and to simply connect ideas with related concepts. This also helps you connect your ideas with related concepts. And if we talk about Notion, it does not provide you a graph view or shows you nodes that are connected together, but you can add properties into your databases like relations, and you can simply connect. In Notion, you cannot see a graph view, but it still allows you to relate your nodes with each other. You can just add a property in your database with a relation and then later connect your nodes together. We're going to click on this and then let's just add a node together, and you can see that both of these lists were updated. Now, if we ask a question, if Notion handles long-term knowledge, the answer is yes, but in a different way. Notion can absolutely store years of notes, journals, and research, and what changes is how you interact with that knowledge. Instead of rediscovering ideas through links, you retrieve them through summaries and questions. For example, with the application AI, you can simply just ask it to summarize the entire note or anything that you have written about a certain topic in the last few months. Let's ask AI to summarize this topic and give us key points. As you can see, the AI just made us key points for it. You can simply just copy paste it or reset your AI to do most of the work automatically, so you don't have to even copy paste it, and it just gives you a faster workflow. This is incredibly powerful for review, reflection, and decision making because you get a clear overview in just a few seconds. AI is the reason that this question even makes sense today because AI lowers the cost of structure. It saves us a lot of time, and especially if you are working with a team, then this is super reliable. You no longer need perfect organization up front. You can write freely in Notion and rely on AI later to surface what matters. You can ask things like what are the key ideas here, or turn these notes into next steps. Over time, this makes Notion feel more flexible and less rigid, closer to Obsidian but still execution focused. That said, Notion does have long-term trade-offs. Your notes live inside a platform, not as plain text files. This is a note page where the notes are written roughly and they are not super organized. Your system depends on interface changes, feature updates, and business decisions. Everything is done inside this application, and it provides us with an AI, which is a great factor, but it has some of its turnoffs. For some people, this is not a problem, and for others, especially those who care about ownership and permanence, it matters a lot because it gets really overwhelming once the platform keeps updating and comes out with new updates or new key features that you are not used to. While Obsidian feels future-proof because your notes exist independently of the app, the sense of control is hard to replace. So, can Notion actually replace Obsidian in long term? This entirely depends on your workflow because Notion can replace Obsidian long term if your priorities are organization, execution, and clarity. If you want one system to manage tasks, projects, and keep your notes together, Notion can absolutely handle that. You might find yourself asking questions like what are the most important ideas I have written recently, and getting real value from the answers. A plus feature is that it comes with a built-in AI that can do tasks for you, or it can help you build a structure so you can focus on the meaningful message first. But if your priority is slow thinking, organic discovery, and building a personal knowledge web over many years, then Obsidian still has an edge that is very hard to replicate. Some of the tips that you should remember when you are using Notion, or if you have switched out from Obsidian to Notion, you should always create one single database or a new page. Let's give it the title for home, and we're going to create a simple database right here. You can also ask AI to generate one for you. We're going to add new pages here like tasks, and the other is going to be for notes. The other is going to be for your ideas where you can brainstorm entirely. You should avoid creating too many tables, databases, or writing in too many entries because this is going to make the whole workspace very overflowing and overstimulating for you. You would rather want it to be less overwhelming while working with it. You can add a property like the person that this is assigned to, or add related files and medias to this. You can open these pages specifically, you can add tables in this, or ask AI to generate something for you, and this is going to make it more reliable and easy. Another important key feature is that you add relation. This works exactly like backlinks because this really gives you the general idea on how you can link your notes together and how two concepts can align into a single concept relating to each other. Another tip is that you use AI, but you don't want it to create or generate ideas for you. It is just going to take your idea and give it a proper structure, and it is better to use it as a helping tool rather than using it to manage everything, because you are going to get disappointed quick if you give the AI a task or give it a prompt, but the prompt or the task is actually meant to get worked with creativity or to generate a whole new idea, remember that AI is here to work as a supporter, not as your manager. So it is just going to get super overwhelming and boring once you get disappointed with the AI feature. So it is best to use it just to create structure and help you give your ideas structures. So in the end, this isn't really about choosing the better tool. It is about choosing the right philosophy for how your mind works. Notion and Obsidian solve different problems. One helps you manage and execute, the other helps you think and discover. Some people move fully into Notion and never look back. Others keep Obsidian as their thinking space and use Notion as a control center. You can use both these apps together if you want to keep your rough ideas and notes here and later take them to Notion and give them a proper structure and value. The best system is the one you actually use in long term and the one that reduces friction, supports your thinking, and helps you do meaningful work consistently. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions regarding this guide or need more AI suggestions, then you can just leave a comment below and I'll see you in the next one.